Alright, welcome back to RLcraft Minecraft series on my channel. Let's get started with the game plan for today. So we're going to upgrade our base. As you can currently see, I've been trying to fill in some of the cobblestone with stone bricks. We're going to continue to do that. This is going to allow me to talk a little bit about RLcraft. Also to talk about some stuff that has happened recently in my community. If you guys don't already know, I live in the deep south of the United States. And we just had a hurricane come through. Well, now it's a tropical storm, but it used to be a hurricane. And we're going to also talk about some other stuff that's been happening while we get started with filling out our base with stone bricks. So I've made a stack of stone and a stack of stone bricks. If you don't know how to make stone bricks, you just split up this stack of stone, fill up the crafting by 2 by 2 of stone, and then make a full stack of stone bricks. Alright, we're going to start by filling out the inside because it is nighttime outside and we do not want to be outside right now. So let's focus on filling in our outer side. Did that place? Okay. Sorry, things are a little laggy right now, but that's mostly because of the turkeys. Oh, I forgot we need a doorway still. So, oh wait, yeah, that sign just broke. That's unfortunate. We'll have to replace all the signs anyway, but that is a little unfortunate. Alright, so let's continue. So the hurricane struck my area. Um, we didn't get hit as terrible as North Carolina did. Unfortunately, I have seen how bad North Carolina has been struck by the hurricane. Definitely hoping for them to make it out okay. I know some communities are completely destroyed. I'm very sorry about that. Um, I really wish there was a way for me to, I really wish there was a way for me to be like, hey, everything's gonna be okay, you know, your communities are gonna be fine. In reality, that's not what's gonna happen. I want there to be some relief for the communities, but I've seen entire streets and businesses and towns be swept away in the floodwaters. So I can't really say that they're going to be completely okay. But that's just gonna have to be have to be some sort of reconciliation. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping that they get some sort of recovery funds from the government because even though a lot of people like to say, "Oh, we don't really need any funds from the government." No, you do. People do, but it is really unfortunate that certain that these situations have to happen and that flooding has to occur. But in other news, there was a massive explosion. And when I say massive, I mean it was gargantuan. The scope and scale of it. So apparently there's a flammable chemical that is mainly used in that is mainly used in chlorine treatment plants and chemical plants that make chlorine. Now, if you don't know what chlorine is that that weird smelling chemical they put in pools to make them clean. If you've ever swam in a pool with chlorine in it, you've probably said to yourself, why do my eyes hurt? Well, that's because chlorine is highly damaging to your eyes. Well, I don't mean like highly damaging, like relatively dangerous. Like they're not going to just fill a pool with a chemical that's just going to completely terrorize your eyes. But chlorine will make your eyes burn if you do not, if you are are just, sitting it, just like swimming in it for like a good 2 hours. Which is why you should really not put your head underwater in a chlorine pool because your eyes will get burnt by the chlorine. Now, if you've ever wondered, well, why do they make chlorine pools? Why can't they just make the chlorine? Why can't they just use salt water or use some other chemical that does the same thing as chlorine does? Well, Chlorine's cheap. I mean, that's basically it. There's no other reason besides chlorine's just cheaper. So, of course they're just going to keep, of course they're just going to use the cheapest chemical they can find because, I mean, you're, I mean, I'm just going to say it outright. Local businesses are struggling right now. Pools are not going to just use salt because it's more healthy. They're going to use chlorine because it's cheaper. That's the main policy. So, I mean, we can complain about it all we want, but what is it? Oh, it's supposed to be on that side. Whoops. I mean, we can complain about chlorine being terrible all we want, but it's not going to solve the fact that it is cheap. Therefore, people will use it more than the regular pool chemicals, which are more expensive. Because salt is more expensive than chlorine, apparently, which is something that I did not know. I did not know that having a saltwater pool was more expensive. In fact, it kind of makes no sense to me, but I mean, I'm not going to judge because I don't think I can judge people who are more experts on this. So I'm just going to let the experts take it over, and when experts say that salt is more expensive than chlorine, I'm going to agree with the experts on that. Anyway, so why am I saying this? Well, because my entire sky makes it look like someone is permanently burning leaves. Like it looks like there's just some arsonist that's just burning leaves for no reason. But no, it's just someone who's being it's just a gigantic plume of fire and smoke coming from a burning factory where they store a flammable chemical in a chlorine plant. Now, why would they store a flammable chemical that it flames itself by being near water? I don't know. They're just stupid. I mean, when I heard it, I was like, what? Why would you ever put a chemical that that reacts negatively with water in a plant where you make chlorine, a product that is used to clean water? It just makes no sense. But then I realized, oh wait, we live in the real world where nothing makes sense. So they stored this chemical in this plant, and when the rain and storms came, it overflowed their water reserve into the chemical that reacts negatively with water, which caused the chemical to explode and explode the entire the entire factory, causing a plume of smoke and covering the entire sky and basically blanketing Georgia in an entire mist of chlorine. And since I live near Georgia and near live this plant, my county is now under emergency warning because now have to deal with this crap. So I'm staying indoors today, and that's pretty good because that allows me to film YouTube videos. But honestly, this is just kind of a stupid situation. The fact that this was allowed to happen, I mean, it's just stupid. So that's just what I wanted to say. I just wanted to go over what's happening in my life. And if anybody is living in Georgia and has to deal with this as well, I sincerely hope that you're doing well today. I mean, obviously you're not doing okay, but hopefully you don't live northwest, I believe, because I believe the cloud is going northwest. So that means that I'm going to be affected for a little while, and anybody who lives northwest of the plant is also going to be affected. So it's unfortunate, but loose regulations, doesn't want to regulate corporations, blah 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 blah. That's what happens. So terrible situation. Obviously, I'm not having a good day, but at least I can play Minecraft, and at least my internet hasn't cut out yet. It did during the storm. That was a pretty cool situation, but luckily, when I film my videos, I always try to get at least a week in advance. So at least for my shorts. So I didn't. So luckily, I could still make shorts, but I'm not gonna make any more shorts because honestly, no one's watching them, and people seem to really hate them. Like people in the comments of those shorts are just like, they're just like, oh, you got this stat wrong. It's actually blah 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 blah. They changed it like 1 minute before you made the short, so it's now incorrect. So I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'd rather just get an audience by actually playing games, even though these games are laggy, as you can tell. My laptop is a laptop. It's not a gaming PC. I do not have enough money for a gaming PC. If I eventually get ads, then I can afford to get a gaming PC in the future, but that's not happening right now. So I can't get a gaming PC. I can't get a gaming PC to make this actually look good. So honestly, my best thing to tell everyone is just subscribe. If we make it to 500 subscribers, then I can put mid-rolls in. And honestly, when I do get enough subscribers to be able to put mid-rolls into the game, I'm honestly gonna make it a poll. And if you guys can just like go to that poll and put in, I think I'm gonna put the options as either before at the beginning of the video, after the video, or in the middle of the video, and everyone can just put what they think, where they think the ad should be. Just tell me where you think the ad should go. Because I'm aiming for towards either in the first 5 minutes or at the middle of the video. So, and honestly, if you could watch the ads, that'd be great. It means a lot to me. I mean, for the music videos, I'm mostly gonna have to ask people where they want to put it because I know that you don't want to be like, oh, what's the answer to this? And then get immediately blasted by some stupid State Farm ad. But yeah, I'm just gonna make a poll, and you can react, or you can comment down below this video and be like, hey, ads at the beginning of the video suck. You should put them at the end of the video. Or I hate ads in the middle of the video because it ruins the viewing experience. And I'll be like, okay, I'll put the ad not in the middle of the video. Or you're someone who's like, no, I want to get the ad first so I can skip it and then watch the rest of the video. And that's pretty good too. So I'll put the poll out there probably when we get into like the 490s because 500 is the magic number. So once we get to around 400, 490, 495, I'll put out the poll and say like, hey, where does everyone like ads to be? All right. So that is going to be the end of this video. We fortified the base a little bit. We're still going to work on fortifying the base. We did some wheat farming to gain experience. We talked about some news events, and we honestly just had a good 10 minutes of conversation with each other. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Remember to like if you like, dislike the down, subscribe if you like it, and comment down below your thoughts on ads and where I should put mid rolls. And you have a nice day. Doodaloo.